Hey, good day, good day. So listen, we got a crazy story right now. Special encounter. Never thought this would ever happen, but yo, everything happens for a reason, right? So look, I bumped into my ex for the first time since I saw her last. So Liz, look, this is how the whole thing went down. So I was about to cook a pizza, right? Putting a pizza, preheating the oven. My homie comes up. He's like, "Yeah, I was stressed. I'm trying to quit weed. I'm stressed a bit, and I was just a little bit agitated. And I was like, fuck, yo, I'm gonna smoke a cigarello. Just smoke up, just chill out, get that Nick fix." And because I wasn't planning to leave the rest of the day. I was like, I already went out to the store. I was fresh as hell. In case I saw a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm chilling. It's all good. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like if a girl's there and I'm like, yo, I gotta talk to her. I'm ready, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just sit back and smoke. I'm good for the rest of the night. I ain't finna. Once I've smoked, it smells on your fingers, smells on your breath. You just don't feel. You feel different. You just want to relax more. And it's like, I ain't trying to be like that for my girl when I actually meet her. Like when I get with the one, it's not gonna be like that. I'm trying to pull up fresh, clean. I'm trying to pull up like a Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? Right out the car wash. So my homie's like, let's go. I'm like, bet, whatever. Let's hit it. Let's go to the weed store on some dank boy shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm turn off the oven, dip out, and we're walking. My homie starts pressing me about smoking, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, he's like, you trying to quit weed, detox your lungs, take this detox liquid, and you're still smoking in your lungs. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know, it's hard to quit all at the same time. It's hard to, I quit weed for sure, keep the THC. That's the main thing, keeping the THC out of my system, just flushing that out, getting my body used to not having any THC in my body and running naturally, right? So I'm just doing that. And then, but I see what he was saying, right? And there's a bunch of things in my head that are telling me, like, with the girls and everything, it's like, you probably shouldn't be smoking. Like, it ain't gonna be your best look. I'm like, you're right. And so whatever, I pop some gum, we're walking, and I see this girl like 100 feet down the road, just standing on the corner, by the bar, and I'm like, whatever, there's girls at the bar, but she's just alone. Look, all like lots of skin showing, and I'm like, oh, whatever, it's hot out, right? We get closer, and she looks at my friend. She's like, I think I recognize you. And my friend's like, I think I do too. And he kind of looks at me like, do you realize who that is? And I'm looking at her again. I'm like, no way. I see the hair. I'm like, it's you. What the hell? Like, oh, okay, yo, how you doing? Okay. And I don't go for the hug. I don't know why. It's so cringy. I went for the dap, and I like her hand. She didn't even like grab my hand. Or, like, she doesn't dap anybody up or anything. Like, and I just like grab her and I just body check her a little bit, just push her back. Like, oh, it was so bad. But it's fuck her, right? And so yeah, she's like, okay, and she's like, yeah, how you been? I'm like, good. She's like, yo, I want to come with you guys. Where you going? We're going to the weed store. She's like, can I come with? Whatever. I'll look at my homie. He's like, I don't want to put him in that position, be a third wheel, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, he's like, yeah, all right. And I'm like, all right, bet, we're going. And so me and my homie walking side by side. She's trying to tag along behind, like, she the third wheel for real. But like, so yeah, she's starting to like, catch up, be like, hey, yo, how you doing? I'm like, yo, how you been? And she's like telling her about herself, and she's like, yeah, I just broke up with my ex, the guy that she was lying to me about going to see which is why I instantly cut those ties and I just said, yo, here, get you a ride. You can go there. You can be with him. Like, for real, I don't need you. And so, yeah, she was like, so she was telling me she's been with him for a year and a half, and she just broke up with him a month ago. And I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, you've been going through, you know, that's her life, right? And so I'm like, all right, yeah. And you know, we keep walking. She's telling me stuff. I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden she starts gassing me up. She's like, yo, you looking good though, for real. I'm like, hey, thank you, yeah. She's like, no, you looking good, like better than before. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, that ass, like, for real, like, she asked me, like, how was rehab, and because she knew I went to rehab right after, like, straight up, like, we were doing drugs. Like, I was popping perks, popping Xans, drinking, smoking. We were doing everything that I love to do. She was doing it with me, right? And we were chilling, like, best nights of my life, for real. And she's like, you know, top 10 nights in there. It's in there, right? And she's like, okay, now. And she's like, yo, I had to break up with you because, you know, all the drugs you were doing and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. You know, just in my head, I'm like, don't remember shit. She don't remember. She can't accept the fact that I actually had to cut the tie. Like, she couldn't accept it. You know, she probably goes around saying, oh, I had to break it with this druggie. Like, for real, she couldn't accept the fact that she messed up. But hey, that's on her, right? And so yeah, she asked me about it. I'm like, yeah, for real. Like, right after the breakup, I went to rehab. I went to work, and then I got in shape, like the best shape of my life. And then at work, they were giving me food, so I was just eating, bro. I was eating so good. I got out of shape. You know, I was working and eating. I wasn't even working out. I was just out there, you know, doing construction things as a low level spot, right? So yeah, I was out there, and then I got back from there, and I just relapsed, went straight back into all of the drugs and everything, and then, you know, buying bottles of Remy Martin, just, oh yeah, life was depressing, honestly. I was just depressed as hell. And so then after that, I eventually, like, sobered up a bit, went back to work, came back, and then I'm getting in shape again. You know, that's really where I'm at now, like, just getting back in shape. And she's seeing me, she's like, oh yeah, you looking good, better than before. And I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. And she's like, I'm looking for a daddy. I'm looking for a new daddy. I'm like, damn, she really wants some. And you know, I'm walking with my homie too. It's like straight out, she just like out in the open like that. And you know, we're walking downtown, and all of a sudden she's asked me like, how have you been with anyone since? And I'm like, nah. Yeah, ain't no girl in this town. Like, my town's got about 15,000 people in it. You know, most of them are older adults or like young kids. Everyone my age that could get out of this town dipped, right? So I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't been with nobody. You know, she's like, oh, why? I'm like, yeah, it's the town, man. I'm on my grind. Ain't no time for these hoes. Honestly, I don't got time. And so she, you know, and so it's crazy. We were walking, and all of a sudden, there's another one of her exes drives by on a bike, and she's like, "Oh, hey," and I was like, "This bitch for real." Her ex is everywhere. I'm like, "Yo, your ex is everywhere right now." Like, she's like, "Yo, yo, straight hoe, bro." And so, and we get to the weed store. Come back out, pass my homie the bag. Like, he don't have an ID right now, so I had to, you know, I do him a favor, go on a walk, you know, and it ended up, now that after all this time I've gotten, you know, I'm getting sober, and I'm doing it, and life is testing me. It's real test from God, like, yo, how you gonna handle this situation? And so yeah, and then I get out, and she's all of a sudden she's like jumping around like, oh, tell him, I'm sorry, tell him. I'm like, what? and she's like, yeah, I didn't know your homie's gay. And he's like, yeah, he was asking me if she's like, yeah, I was asking him if he had a girlfriend. Like, I was like, okay. Like, bro, she, you know, my homie's a G, and, you know, he keeps it 100, and she's just like, she trying to, you know, and it's like, damn, shorty, damn. I see you, straight hoe. So yeah, we're walking, and she's, you know, I think she's like really in her party phase right now. Like, she just, you know, she doing that whole, you know, she's trying everything, anything and everything. So then I get to, yeah, we're walking, and we get on the way back, and I'm like, she's told me she was waiting for a guy at the bar, and she just like left with me. And it's like, bro, the guy probably pulled up. Where this chick at? Like, she with her ex. Like, what? Alright. And so yeah, we keep walking, and then my homie's like, yeah, or she's like, yo, you never contacted me. Mentioned the whole no contact thing, because I cut her off. I got her to ride. She went to her ex's, and she been with him ever since. And I was like, you expect me to call you back for something? Like, I already got everything I needed from you. You know, she put that fire back in me, that knowledge of love that I never knew, right? I really thought I loved this girl. I thought she loved me. Nah, cap. So it's all good though. I had to go through the ringer to figure it out. And so yeah, and she's like, yeah, you never contacted me. And I was like, oh yeah, nah. And she's like, you want my number? And I'm like, yeah, here, you can put it in my phone. And she didn't get past the area code before she's just like, sees another one of her friends riding by, and she's running to her, gives me my phone back, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen, like, for real. And she was friends with my sister, and she was asking me like, yo, wanna come back and see your sister? And I'm like, sure, I mean, if you want. I mean, my sister doesn't even talk to her anymore. She hasn't talked to her ever since, because she didn't have her number, right? And so it's like, all right, she could if she wanted to. Yeah, if you want. And then realizing now that actually could have been one of the worst decisions ever, because if she comes back to my crib, she's gonna come back to my room. Like, ain't no way. Like, nah. And, you know, she been with so many guys, and I don't keep condoms. So it's like, yo, she really could have been like it could have happened right then and there, and I could have been diseased. I don't want to end up like that. And, you know, so it's a God blessing. She saw another one of her friends, and she went running to them, and, you know, she was like, oh, catch up to you. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Me and my homie just straight walking. I'm like, yeah, I can never be with a girl like that, bro. She gonna set me up. She way too social of a butterfly, for real. Like, nah, she into too many people's, like, she gonna get me set up somehow, some way. I ain't finna take that route. You know, I need a girl that's on her mission, same like me. It's not no him to her to them to, like, it's us doing it, like, for real. And so yeah, man, I'm glad that whole thing went the way it did. It was great. It was a good feeling to be gassed up, really, like, I'm doing better than she is. It's sad to say, but she's gone from a 7 to an 8, or an 8 to a 7. Like, she really went from an 8 to a 7. I'm like, damn, like, you know, she got skinnier. She almost, like, the way that her mind is just gone, like, she doesn't remember what even happened. Like, she doesn't remember the relationship. Like, she remembers this dick. That's what she remembers, for real. But yeah, you know, to quote Jermaine Cole, she don't want to be saved, don't save her. That's facts, bro. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. That's facts. So I'm like, yeah, she gonna do what she gonna do. I ain't finna try and bring her back into my life. That's she gone for a reason, and I passed the test, for real, and I'm really understanding now. Quitting cigarettes is the thing I'm on. I know I've quit everything. all substances. I didn't even have to take melatonin last night to sleep. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Man, it's an up and up. And you know, with the whole smoking cigarettes thing, it's like, I know, even though it doesn't make sense for me to be just chilling and smoke a cigarette, that's gonna affect my relationship tomorrow or possibly the next day, even if I have showered and, you know, so there's no evidence of a cigarette on me. It's the fact that my brain is working like that to be like, oh, it's okay, I can just have a cigarette. Like, it's really not though. It's kind of like, is it better to have a cigarette or not have a cigarette? You know, red pill, blue pill. You know, like, yeah, I'm not gonna have that cigarette. I'm not. You know, I've took the red pill. You know, man, and blue footballs used to be my favorite. You know, I mean, unless I could get bars, but like, come on, them hard to find. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be smoking. That's really like having that strength in my mind to be like, nah, is really gonna put me above and beyond to where I'm trying to go. You know, I got M's on my mind for real. I know the milestones, and this is one I hit this week. Yeah, milestone hit. Let's go. Let's keep pushing forward. Thank God. Bless up. Have a good rest of your day, Reflections.